Welcome to the training module on conducting a personal investigation within LexisDiligence. Once you have signed into LexisDiligence, you will be presented with three main tabs: Person Check, Company Check, and Country Check. Today, we will be using the Person Check search form. There are two basic steps to running a person check. You need to enter your search terms and choose your source options. Let's take a look at each of these steps in greater detail. First, we need to enter our search terms into the fields provided. For example, I wish to investigate Donald Trump. I would enter Donald in the first names field and Trump in the surname field. Naturally, LexisDiligence will search for the first name and surname within 3 words of each other, thus allowing for any middle names that may be mentioned. These settings can be changed by your administrator if necessary. Alternatively, if you have additional names, such as a middle name, you may want to add this into the first name box only, although please be aware that this will restrict your results to only those that mention all names. For further search tips, select the question mark on the left, such as the wildcard and the truncator. These can be extremely useful with names that have a variety of spellings. For example, such as in this instant, if Donald Trump was also known as Don, I would enter Don with an exclamation mark and retrieve results for both Don and Donald. Or the star will replace one letter of a word. For my search, I shall use the full name. We can also enter additional terms into our search form that are relevant to that person. For example, a keyword, place or company to help refine our results. For instance, there may be hundreds of people with the same name as Donald Trump internationally, whereas if we add the word entertainment into the additional terms, the service would narrow down the results to any documents that had both the name Donald Trump and the keyword entertainment. If using more than one additional term, you will need to use a connector to specify how we want to connect our search terms together, enabling more flexibility on our searches. If I enter another keyword, for example shareholder, then I am asking the product to return any documents where both the terms entertainment and shareholder have been mentioned. On the connector drop-down box, if I had selected all, then the documents retrieved would have either of the words entertainment or shareholder present. In our example, we will not be using additional terms. After selecting the person we wish to search for, we now need to select the content we want to receive results in. This is displayed within the sections titled Searching Across and can be hidden if it is your preference using the black arrow to the left. There are 6 types of source content: news, directors and shareholders, biographical sources, sanctions and warnings, PEP, and finally legal sources. Each of the sources will appear in separate tabs on the results screen, so you can clearly see what content has been brought back in the pages. To search across all content types, make sure each of the boxes to the left of the sources is ticked. Let's look at each of these in more detail, starting with the news content. Within the news, there are over thousands international and regional newspapers, magazines, journals, agencies, and transcripts with an archive as deep as 40 years. News content is split into specifically negative news and all news options and will appear in separate tabs in the results page. To understand what we are about to search across, let's look at the sources area first. Click into the sources drop-down box to see the news categories available to search across, ranging from all news all languages to major world publications through to international content such as French, German, Italian and Spanish. These sources will display the results in the natural language. To the right of the sources drop-down menu, once a source has been selected, we can click into the information icon to obtain detail on that source group and confirm what sources are included. Today, we are going to use all English language news, as this is the broadest source group within the English language, to ensure I am not missing any press. However, I shall choose the press coverage for the last month, due to the high profile of the individual in our investigation. Finally, let's focus on the negative news options. This is a keyword search allowing you to pick up derogatory search terms on our chosen person. If you wish to amend the search criteria, please click the edit link to see the search string and amend as necessary and revert to original as needed once it appears after the amendments have been made. Scrolling down the page, we can select the type of company reports we would like to search through. Company reports or Dun & Bradstreet, or both. Through your subscription, you will have access to company reports on global, public and private company reports, aggregated from nearly 400 sources. Data includes contact information, financials, directors and shareholders, and business descriptions from ICC directors, Marketline and Hoovers, to name but a few. You also have Dun & Bradstreet global identifiers, who provide key data on over 200 million public and private companies around the world. For more information about these two options, please click on the grey information icon to the right for a full report list. Finally, select the date range and country that we would like to search the director and shareholders information within. At the top of the drop-down, you may select all countries if you prefer. To include information from the biographical references and directories on this person, ensure the box is ticked. This includes information that you will typically find on a CV of an individual. The sources include Marquis Who's Who, Debrett and the ICC directors, providing profiles of high net worth individuals, politicians, business people and celebrities. Below this, you will also see sanctions and PEP sources. Sanctions and warnings include hundreds of watch lists, blacklists and sanctions, such as OFAC, FBI fugitives 10 most wanted and most wanted terrorists, plus more. PEP lists include sources such as World Compliance. These cover profiles, biographies, photographs and links to associates of 1.5 million politically exposed persons. Again, for specific detail on the content covered, select the grey information to the right, or to include these in your search, also please ensure the boxes are selected to the left. Lastly, we can select legal sources to check litigation history and to manage legal risks. Again, we can select the information icon to confirm that content that is being searched. Please note that the legal content will only cover those court cases that have set precedent and are within specific countries of coverage. The last field at the bottom of the search form allows us to enter a cost code if required. The cost code may be used for many things, for example to allocate a client number against each search to keep track of how many investigations have been carried out against the code. So to quickly recap, we have entered our individual's name, allowing for varieties in spellings, specified our source groups and date ranges across each content group, entered a cost code if necessary. At this point, I will also point out that you can preset any of the selections you have made for that particular search via your user preferences, hidden beneath your login name at the top of the page. Let's click Search. This page reloads to show the results returned from your search. As you will see, the page has 6 tabs running across the top of the page to reflect the 6 content types we have just discussed. The first of which is the News tab, and below this the Negative and News search subtabs. The page you are viewing will always be highlighted in red. Below this you will see the total number of results returned for the negative news over the last month. The articles are listed below, highlighting the headline of each article, followed by the publication and date. To the left of the page under the negative news heading, you will see a variety of delivery icons to enable us to immediately print your selected articles or email, download or add to your report builder. Should you want to compile a report, Report Builder is great for saving search results into single or multiple reports. Either select articles or click into the document symbol at the end of the headline. This document will then be added to the report builder at the top of the screen. Please see further modules on this functionality. Within the left-hand pane are your results filtering options, enabling you to search within your results and add additional words of interest, such as a company name or location associated with the individual. or exclude words, such as for this investigation, I may wish to exclude the word election. Select a higher level of negativity of terms or the proximity of names to the negative keyword, or filter the number of mentions your individual receives throughout the press. Below the person mentioned option, you will find results group. This is great for organizing your results by source type, source and content theme. Within this section, you can organize your results in a number of different ways, including subject, industry and language for ease of reading. For example, if I wish to filter by a newspaper from an area that I know my individual has lived in, I would select a source or select more to expand the list, and just that number of articles will load on the right. You can now see the filters I have applied appear at the top left-hand side of the page in blue, with the options to remove at any time. For more detailed information on working with results, please see further modules. I can now continue my research navigating with the tabs at the top of the screen. As you can see, if we select the Directors and Shareholders tab, the layout of the screen will be the same. However, on this page, we are viewing information aggregated from company reports, not news. The Narrow By option remains on the left, just as highlighted earlier in this module. No matter which page or content you are viewing, you will always have the ability to narrow by keyword or by selecting a filter. For example, we could enter the company name of Trump Towers or organise our results by source type on the left to highlight reports such as M&A activity, or organise your reports by name by selecting the source. From this page, I can select the reports of interest to add to my report builder and move on to the next tab to locate further information. Click on each tab running across the top of the page to see each content set and ensure you are conducting a full and rounded investigation. Remember that you can also deliver pages displaying no documents found to your report builder or via the immediate delivery options for audit purposes using the icons on the right-hand side of the page. If you would like to complete a new search, click onto the new search link or the LexisDiligence logo to return to the home page. This concludes this module. For more guidance on LexisDiligence, please see further modules.